Hi all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, hello, my name's Eliza. I make content all about disability awareness, LGBTQ+ positivity and lifestyle things every Friday at 5 p.m. And today I'm going to be reacting to the hate comments that I received during Disability Pride Month. So if you're interested, let's go. So if you're not aware, July is Disability Pride Month, which was last month, and I was creating lots of content talking about disability pride, talking about being a disabled person, talking about my experiences, and I received a lot of backlash. And you guys always love it when I respond to ableist comments, to anything to do with things that I have experienced. And these are some of the comments that I got, and I think it's sort of just proof to why we 100% need disability pride still. I know that a lot of these people are likely to be children writing these things, but I also think that there's a big question about why children are writing these things, where are they learning it from, and yeah, of course, please watch with caution. There's going to be ableist language, there's going to be some pretty horrible comments. So if that is something that isn't going to work for you, please look after yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Just log off now. So with that all said and done, I'm going to jump in. Sorry about this light changing so much. It's the morning, and so for some reason my light is like all over the place. Right, so the first one, I'm not going to say like any ableist slurs, but they'll be on the screen unless it's an ableist slur that I personally can reclaim, if that makes sense. So the first comment is that it says, Jesus Christ, we have another homo R word. Oh my God. I don't understand why we're still using the R word, to be honest. If you're non-disabled, you shouldn't be using the R word. And I've spoken about this before, about the fact that maybe the R word shouldn't be reclaimed by every single disabled person that exists either. If you don't know where the R word came from, it was a word to describe, oppress neurodivergent people, people with learning difficulties, disabilities, stuff like that. So I don't really understand why people are still using it, why people still think it's okay to use it. And like recently, actually, I saw a poll and it was talking about the R word and the fact that they were like, oh, do you think it's okay to say the R word? And this was a non-disabled person asking this question. And loads of non-disabled people were like, oh, I think it's okay to call me the R word, but it's not okay to call a disabled person the R word. And that like makes no sense to me. Like, why are you just throwing around an ableist slur and being like, well, I wouldn't be offended, but it would be offensive if you said to a disabled person. I don't know. Anyway, personally, it makes me really uncomfortable. You can debate that in the comments down below, but I've never personally liked it or used it, ever. Right, moving on to the next one, nice and simple, just some clown emojis and some throwing up emojis on one of my reels. Lovely, original content, you know, no direct message there, just something to laugh at. You know, maybe next time be more original. It's got quite a lot of likes though, 4 likes and 5 likes for your content, so you know. Right, next one is disabled people suck, not to sound ableist. Yeah, you do. It's too late. If you say that disabled people suck, you sound ableist. There's no way to go around that. Saying, oh, not to be rude or not to sound ableist or not to do this and then saying something of that nature doesn't mean that you've got yourself out of being rude to that group of people. I mean, I get that you tried, but how about just don't be rude next time? Okay, next one. This is an absolute classic. I get this one all the time. It makes me laugh every single time, which is, why is being disabled and gay your entire personality? For those of you who don't know, I'm not gay. I am bisexual and non-binary. And it's not my entire personality. However, I don't really understand why that would be a bad thing, but it's just that you're on my account, which is focused on LGBTQ+ and disability. However, my life is much broader than that. I also create social content for brands. You might see me popping up on a couple of brands' pages. That is part of my job. So I basically make TikToks for them. And you know, if you're on a car account, you're going to see lots of cars. It doesn't mean cars are their only personality. I've never understood it, but you know, I always get that comment and it always makes me laugh because I'm also neurodivergent, so it's like literally the way that my brain is built and made up, and it just is the way it works. So you know. This next one is lovely. It says, will this bitch shut up about their disability? I'm going to change the pronouns to ensure that they're the correct pronouns for me. No, not until ableism is gone. I will not. If you carry on writing comments like this, I will carry on making content, because it is clear that we definitely need it. Okay, so this next one is, I always get these kind of like essays that people write me. People spend so much time, they invest all of their energy into like messaging me online. This is why I don't often check my DMs, because it's like full of things like this. Okay, hey, I've been looking at some of your videos and I find them very interesting. They've encouraged me to do more research in the plight of disabled people, and for that I am grateful. I do, however, find that the tone that you're using in those videos may pull some people away from the essential point, because you show a lack of empathy for the other sides of views in your situation, for one's in general ignorance or topic. I think that if you did show more compassion, people would be more willing to hear you out. Sincerely, some guy who watched your videos. Well, some guy who watched my videos, no. Please stop tone policing anyone who is talking about things that they have experienced. I hate tone policing. Now, obviously, I don't think that you should just be able to be rude to random strangers for no reason, but if somebody is talking about the experience that they've had as a disabled person or as a minority on the whole, and your takeaway from that is, well, I didn't like their tone, that is a you problem. And, you know, we shouldn't have to make things palatable to be listened to, and to have to constantly make things palatable is really tiring. As I said, I'm also neurodivergent, so as the Chronic Iconic puts it so perfectly, stop holding neurodivergent people to neurotypical standards. I'm not going to come across as a neurotypical person because I'm not a neurotypical person, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing. We just need to allow the way that different people communicate to be listened to instead of questioning the way that they communicate. It's very frustrating. Lots of people in the past have spoken about tone policing, and it's something that unfortunately I do get a lot. Okay, this next one is awful, and it says, shut up, the word. It's going to be on the screen, you can read it now. And then they said, I'm sorry, that was much meaner than I intended, but I still don't agree with you though. I get this a lot where people like say horrible things and then like they'll message me being like, it was actually my brother or whatever. I mean, like, why did you write it in the first place? Like, why did you even say it? You could just be like, I don't agree with you, but to then just like be offensive to all disabled people, just, I mean, it doesn't compute in my head. I just, you know, just scroll on. If you don't like what you see, just scroll on. It's really not that hard. Just be like, whoa, no, it's gone. Okay, this next one, LARPer, you're benefiting off of people like me and making us look bad. I assume that this person is a disabled person and believes that I am faking. I get called out for faking all the time, which is really tiring and frustrating, but it's just something that when you create content online, you will get told that you're faking. Every single person who I have seen online has been told that they're faking, no matter what their condition or disability is. It is annoying that it's a normal part of just creating content online, that you just get called a faker. It's annoying, and it's just the reality of creating content online. I'm not faking being disabled, but I also don't have to justify my disability to random strangers online. I have spoken about it when I want to. I don't tend to respond to people when they ask directly what my diagnosis is, because it is personal to me. It's something that is my experiences, and I don't have to share it if I don't want to. Sometimes I do want to share it, like during awareness months, I might be like, oh, let's talk about it or whatever, but I don't tend to answer directly. And the main reason for that is because people's answers are the same. When people tend to ask me what is my disability, when I reply and tell them, you know, the diagnoses that I have, then they reply and say, oh, well, that's not a real disability, when they have no medical knowledge, and it is, and every doctor that I've ever spoken to always agrees that it is. But if I say, well, I don't really feel comfortable sharing it, then they just go, well, you're faking. So it's the same response every time, so I just don't respond anymore, because it is the same. And I tend to find that people that are asking such intrusive questions in such rude ways and direct ways aren't looking for it in like out of the goodness of their heart, because they just want to know or whatever. And like, obviously everyone is curious, but Remember that disabled people may have become disabled under traumatic circumstances, and that is just their personal medical information that they just might not want to share, and that is completely okay. You don't have to share your diagnosis if you don't want to. If you want to, that's also completely fine and valid, but if you don't want to, you know, that's fine. It's your personal medical information. Don't ever feel that you have to share it because somebody's asked for that information. And I'm so lucky that there are also thousands of other amazing people who do support me and have liked my videos and commented on my videos and left me nice messages and emailed me nice things. And I'm always really excited and grateful for that, and I love that the audience that I have created and how supportive they are and how I've learned so much from them as well. But there's always going to be this other side of the internet, which, to be honest, you know, if you don't laugh at them, you're going to cry. So there we go, that is me reacting to some of my hate comments. Which one was your favourite? Which one was the worst in your opinion? You can let me know down below. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It's free and you get to see more of me. And if you do want to keep up to date with me outside of YouTube, you can follow me at Disabled Liza across all social medias. Look after all of you at the moment, stay safe, wash those hands, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great week. Bye!